Hello YouTube and preppers, this is the Comms Prepper, and what you're hearing there is something you've heard many times before on my channel, is an HF email connection between my bug out bag radio and a station down in Southern Virginia, sending and receiving HF email. And what you haven't seen on my channel before is Chameleon Antenna's HF Faraday loop antenna. This is the antenna I'm actually making this connection with in the background. It's a tactical portable HF antenna. It's what they call a loop antenna. It has a built-in tuning box, and I'm doing this connection with only 5 watts, and it's connected to the bug out bag radio. We're on 7 megahertz here, making this connection. Right out of the gate, we made a connection, and in previous videos you've seen me with the annex bag trying to push up a dipole antenna by throwing 550 cord in the trees. Well, here we have the Chameleon HF loop antenna sitting here on the patio table in the backyard with an HF connection to Southern Virginia, sending HF email with just 5 watts. And I'm going to pan around the hardware here so you can see the connection, and then we'll go a little bit in depth. So we have the bug out bag radio here, of course the SCS modem, you've seen that before, my external battery, and we're making this connection again with just 5 watts. And a small tactical antenna that we set up here on a table. I took a moment to turn the volume down so I can actually cover the actual pieces of this antenna. This whole antenna actually packs up and fits into this Condor bag, which is the same bag I have for my annex bag. Same size, same moly loops on it. And all the parts fit in that bag, so it's just another annex bag, but unlike my dipole antenna, I don't have to string this up in a tree. The components here is a piece of LMR 400 coax cable that makes the outer loop, and then in the center there's 2 segments of LMR 400 that create the stiffness for the loop antenna. There's a barrel connection there, and that connects to the Faraday loop that connects to the top of the coax loop, just with some Velcro there, and that makes up the antenna. The dial here on the front of the unit is for tuning, and I haven't needed an external VSWR meter. I was actually able to use the meter in the radio, and this is very responsive. It has 2 scales, 5.3 megahertz to 7299, and that's the switch up here, the A position. You put it in the B position, and it takes you from 7.3 megahertz all the way up to 29.7 megahertz. So that covers the entire HF spectrum there, and I have their logo here, Chameleon Antennas, and the manuals, and I am very impressed with this antenna. It took me about 7 minutes to set up, and I was instantly on the air connecting, sending and receiving HF email. It works really well. I've been able to tune all over the bands with it. We're going to get it out to the retreat location this weekend and really put it through its paces, but I wanted to share with you what I had so far. The folks at Chameleon Antenna were kind enough to send me this antenna plus 2 additional antennas. And this antenna actually comes in 2 flavors. This is the standard configuration with the LMR 400, and then they have the high efficiency loop, which is a rugged aluminum tube loop here that improves the efficiency of the antenna. But I'm not even sure if I really need it. We're going to go ahead and set that up here in a moment and see if we can connect again, because it's been working great with just a coax piece here in the backyard running 5 watts to talk several hundred miles to Southern Virginia and send and receive HF email with the Yaesu FT817ND. So what I'm going to do here is pause and set this up in the high efficiency configuration and go ahead and show you how it connects again. Alright guys, it took exactly 5 minutes to change the configuration from the standard one to the high efficiency loop, and we instantly connected with that station down in Southern Virginia from up here in the Washington DC area. And there's the high efficiency loop there, connected to the tuner box. Again, I'm operating on 7 megahertz, so I have the AB switch in the A position because I'm operating on 7.099. And as you can hear, that's a rock solid Pactor connection there for sending and receiving HF email with the bug out bag. And we were actually able to hit Pactor 3 rates on that connection. This is a very impressive antenna. I'd like to do a little bit more in this video, but I don't have a Comms Prepper helper with me to help with the camera work, so I'm doing this on my own. So this is going to be just an introductory video to the Chameleon antenna product line. So I'll pause here and we'll get up into the voice bands and see who we can pick up with the HF loop antenna by Chameleon Antennas. Okay, so we're down here in the voice bands, and I'll show you how the tuning knob works. And all you really have to do is set the band switch up here for where you're operating and adjust this knob for max audio. And that tunes it up. And using that, I was able to use the SWR meter in the radio to get 0 SWR in this unit and communicate via Pactor modem. As you know, I'm not a voice guy, so I won't attempt to QSO, but I will do more demonstrations with this antenna out at the retreat location this weekend and show you how this antenna performs, because I got to tell you, it's an amazing product. Alright guys, well there you have it. The Chameleon antenna HF loop is packed up in its carry bag. Everything breaks down and fits inside that bag: the tuning box, the coax, the Faraday loop, and the LMR 400 loop, the standard configuration. And the high efficiency loop also collapses down to a smaller package for ease of transport. So there's two antennas in one, the standard configuration in the bag with the high efficiency loop. And I'll put links down below to where you can check out the specs on this antenna. But I have to say, I'm very impressed, and first time I've worked with loop antennas and was still able to dependably send and receive HF email with the 817ND over there and the SCS modem. So a big thumbs up to Chameleon Antenna. Again, thank you for providing this so I could do a product demonstration, and I will set this up again this weekend at the retreat location, guys, and see what else we can do with this antenna. And as always, thank you for watching my videos and subscribing to my channel. This has been the Comms Prepper with a demonstration on the Chameleon HF loop antenna. Bye guys.